TSPN's News in Depth presents Meet the Candidates 2012.
Spence here at TSPN with our new segment, Meet the Candidates. And I'm here today with Gabe Gottstein, who's running for the Amador County Water District Board of Directors for District 3, which is probably from everywhere from Pine Grove up to Inspiration, maybe including a few homes at Kirkwood.
That's correct.
That upper country, as we call it, the upcountry area. And Gabe, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background?
Well, local, born and raised here in Amador County. I attended Sutter Creek Elementary, where I met my now wife in kindergarten. Didn't know it then, but it seemed to work out all right now. I'm very happy. Graduated from Amador High School in 1994 here in Sutter Creek, at which time I decided to take my professional ski bum career full-time for about 2 years. I didn't want to be a mid-40s man in my ski bum years, so I did that. And then about 20, I realized I needed a career, and I wanted to get out there and make a name, and so I decided to move east to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where I attended Le Cordon Bleu Culinary Academy. And I graduated from there in 2000 with my degree in culinary arts, hotel and restaurant management, and food safety. Spent about a decade in the game as a working chef, everywhere from back east to Florence, Italy, to back here in Amador County, ending up as executive chef at the Jackson Rancheria Casino for 5 years. At which time I realized that the food service game was a bit of a subculture, and I wanted to settle down and see the sunshine and raise a family and have weekends and holidays off, and got into construction. My dad's a contractor, and I became a licensed general contractor in 2007, and worked and built homes and remodeled all the way up until 2010, when it crescendoed in Seattle, Washington. Spent 2 years, 1 month and 18 days up there, building skyscrapers with a couple different companies as a foreman and junior superintendent.
Well, that's encouraging.
Yeah.
I've been trying to raise a ski bum myself.
Yeah.
I can only hope that he would have the development that you've had.
My grandmother said, do it now.
That's right. And make the kind of progress you have. And it's an ambitious undertaking to run for Amador County Water District Board. And why don't you tell me a little bit about some of the issues? I know we have the gravity supply line, which is one of the major issues taking place right now. And it's an important election coming up. And I think our viewers would really like to hear a little bit about your position on the GSL.
Absolutely. The GSL, the gravity supply line, it's a huge issue right now. A lot of the people in the constituency that I've been speaking to, upcountry, in District 3, but other districts as well, they have concerns and questions about the GSL. Not just what it's going to mean for the water supply system, but how much that it's going to cost, and directly how much it's going to cost them for years to come.
How it's going to be paid for. Yeah.
Absolutely. And with the 40-year loan at the $13.4 million that District 3 and upcountry residents and ratepayers are probably going to have to pay for, not just the water increases, but the taxes and the bonds that accompany that.
Taxes and bonds are always popular, Gabe.
Very popular. No, I couldn't agree with you more. So
yeah, it's hard because there are special taxes and bond issues available in creating that district.
There are, and where I'm coming from a construction and an intelligent mindset is a water line supplied by gravity. Well, inherently, that's a pretty good idea. Now, this one specifically, I don't know. I really want to research all of the facts and get a lot more questions answered than not myself only have been asking, but a lot of the people in my district and the constituents here and ratepayers in Amador County. So the GSL is a hot ticket item. I concur, and
I know there's a kind of a fire component to it, a fire safety component.
Precisely.
what do you think about the issues that, surrounding the alternative?
We live in a high fire risk area, and we have with the trees and the beautiful scenery we have here. It kind of goes with the territory. And we have great fire teams, and CAL FIRE and our local fire departments are brave men and women, and I have a lot of friends in there fighting fires. But I don't know that the GSL, with I believe it's 4 hydrants in strategically placed areas, is going to make that big of a difference when it comes to a catastrophic fire. I believe most of catastrophic fires in rural areas are fought from the air, not from the ground so much. So I'm not so sure that that's going to should be the deciding factor or weigh heavily into a decision to spend $13.4 million, over the next 40 years.
Yeah, I know that probably would be 3 or 4 hydrants along Highway 88, and I know fire is always an issue, but I don't know how it really impacts the GSL. But people are always very interested in the different issues, and I know that the Water District has a lot of different areas and components that they delve into, and I know that they've had a lot of financial issues in the past, and I want you to discuss some of those and what your position is on their past financial issues and how you'd go about serving on the board.
Well, I know how I'd go about serving on the board, and that is working for the people. And my goal would be to be elected to District 3 and represent the people and the upcountry folks in District 3. And not just regarding these specific issues that we're currently facing. They're going to be there regardless. There's going to be more issues. But I'm looking more towards the future. I have a macroscopic sort of vision for the future, because I want to protect our most vital natural resource, besides our young ones, is water.
Water is
we
key,
have water. Here in Amador County, not only is it one of the best places on earth and the best places to raise a family. I'm raising a beautiful 5.5-year-old daughter with my wife, and hopefully we'll be blessed with one more child. And we're going to be here forever. My grandparents have been here. My parents are here. We're going to raise my kids here. I want my daughter and my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, to make sure that they have that vital resource. Because I've been to a few different places on this small globe of ours. I've worked in Europe and Italy specifically, and I've been to Central and South America, in Brazil. And they don't have clean water. And their civilizations and cultures are a little bit older than ours. And I think one of the things that they missed, or perhaps if they had to do over, would be to go back and say, hey, we have clean water, we have treatable, potable water now, let's get this taken care of now. So for future generations to come, it's a non-issue. And that's really what I would do on the water board, is to procure the water for our community, for our people, for my great-grandkids, for the next century. Bottom line. A few of the issues I have with the agency, and not just the agency, of today, but the agency of the last 10 years or so, is that they've really had a reputation of not treating the public well, and of commingling some funds, as according to the grand jury report, and not operating under the most transparency views as I would. So I'll leave it at that, because it's not about bashing anybody. It's not about a witch hunt. It's just, look, these are issues. We need the answers to them. The public deserves it. I think it's very important.
Yeah, I think the board. How often do they elect members to the board?
I believe it's every 4 years.
Every 4 years,
yeah.
And I know that there are always new board members coming on.
Right.
And they're always trying to do a much better job than previous boards.
Absolutely.
And you can't really connect too many of the dots. These issues are very important to us. Obviously, water is key, but we have a couple more minutes, and if I was to just ask you, why Gabe Gottstein? Obviously, you've given us a few different ideas in terms of how you feel about the water issues, but just personally, how do you see yourself in Amador County? And you're a young person,
yes,
getting involved, and that's just exciting.
Yeah, I tell my left knee and my back I'm young. I'd like that.
Why vote for Gabe Gottstein?
Because I have their back. I don't have their back pocket. They vote for me, I'm going to vote for them. And those may sound cheesy and cliche, but I mean it. I mean, I'm a hometown kid. I'm Volcano born and raised, local high school graduate. I hate to reiterate, but I just want to procure our water treatment and our water resources for future to come. That's what I say. I think it's time for my generation. You know, I'm 36 years old. I feel young, except for my knee and my back. But it's our time. A lot of our community is seniors, retirees on a very fixed income. They can't really afford more expenditures. They're already tapped out. You know, my grandparents, my friends' grandparents, they're all in the same boat.
Well, we just paid the fire tax recently, and I know there are at least 3,000 residents up in your district there that you're
Absolutely.
looking to take care of and represent, and water is a key issue for all of them, and obviously taxes are important as well. And you know, these issues will really reflect the election's importance and give people some more information in terms of what to look for in terms of voting for the you know, Water Agency Board members.
Absolutely.
And I've learned a lot just hearing about the issues. And
Yeah, no,
you know, I appreciate you coming on, and I think people really benefit from hearing some more information. We have about a minute or so, and you know, it's just great to have the opportunity to meet the candidates and see some different viewpoints, because, you know, like anything, there's always an issue that has more than one side to it, and you know, it's important to look at all of it. And we're down to one more minute, so I understand you're from Volcano. You can mention the town of Volcano, even though there's only a population of 103, and you probably have 3.
3, yeah.
So,
about 10 if you count everybody else. Yeah, no, Volcano's great. We've got the Union Hotel down there. Great place to come and hang out, and great food,
absolutely.
Good drink.
We're looking toward doing a new segment down there, just highlighting Volcano itself. And,
excellent.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite places, and I just want to thank everybody for watching Meet the Candidates and tuning in and here with Gabe Gottstein, and make sure I pronounce that name correctly. It's an old family name from the area here in the county, and I really do wish you the best of luck in the election.
Well, I appreciate it very much.
We can do to help.
Ever having me on again, I'd appreciate it very much.
No, not at all, Gabe. Appreciate it.
You're watching Amador County's #1 news and sports leader, TSPN.